Hey, it's Eric here. I invite you to follow along as I walk through the levels activity. So what we're going to try and do here is share some of the projects that we find that involve levels. And what this will do is enable us to understand how other people create levels and sort of inform our decisions when we start to make our own project. So what we want to go ahead and do is make sure that we have the Levels Studio open. And this is a link that I got from the activities. So this is where we're going to share the projects that we find. And on that note, we should go ahead and find some projects. So we can go ahead and search for games here. So we'll search for games. And we want to have a game that has different levels. So maybe we'll do games and try levels and see if we can't find some games that have different levels. Okay, so I'm looking. Do I see in the description anything that says levels? There are 15 levels. So here we go, platformer guy. This is a project that has different levels. So we'll go ahead and try this out. So play it. It looks like use the arrow keys to move and the blue door to get to the next level. Okay, so we just switched the level there. We hit the blue door to switch the level. Okay, this is a pretty fun game. So let's dig inside and see how these levels work. So how do I know to switch to a level? Well, if we go here, the first dead giveaway to me is I see 17 different backdrops. So that immediately makes me think that we have here, yeah, okay, so here's something cool. So each level is just a different backdrop. So backdrop 4 is probably level 4, and so on and so forth. So that's cool. I wonder if we can get any more information. So it looks like when green flag is clicked, hide level variable and set to 0. Okay. So this is pretty simple. It's just every time we achieve the next level, we just go ahead and we just change that variable up by 1. Okay, so it looks like we play, and then when we win, we go ahead and receive next level. So this next level changes the backdrop. So I imagine somewhere in here, it is when you hit the green door, it probably broadcasts a next level signal. And when we get that signal, we would go ahead and go to the next level. So yeah, broadcast next level when touching that color. So when touching the color of the door, broadcast next level, and then that would take us to level +1. So change the backdrop. So pretty cool, pretty intuitive. I like this example. So what I can do is I can copy paste this link here, or I could just go ahead and actually, since I just viewed this project, it should be in my recent project. So if I want to add this to our studio, I would just go ahead and click add projects and then recent views, and hopefully we'll see this project that I just looked at. It looks like, okay, for some reason it is not showing up, which is fine. So what I'll do is I'll just copy paste the URL, just the number here though after the project. I don't want this /editor because I don't want to share the editor space with it, but rather the project. So I can actually just go back and copy paste this link. And then let's go ahead and add by URL. So I'll add by URL, click it in there, and there we go. So we now have another project here into the Level Studio. And so actually I've gone ahead and actually shared one earlier, so maybe I'll just jump into this one too to show you another example. So I found this one earlier before starting the walkthrough. I apologize I didn't show you the search process. But so we see this game here. I just found it by searching through games, and this has 52 different levels, and it's a little more complex. The general idea is you shoot a ball into this little yellow area here, and that's how you pass the level. Okay? So I would just shoot it by pressing the space bar. When you get it in, you go boom, go to the next level, and it shows you sort of the trajectory that you just passed too. So pretty awesome, and like I said, this is a little bit more complex, as you can see here, but it follows really the same idea, which is having different backdrops for different levels. So we see there are actually 52 different backdrops. The 52nd backdrop is a restart, so once you've finished everything, and the first backdrop is the welcome screen. So between 2 and 51 here are all different levels. That's pretty awesome. And essentially what happens, it looks like the same configuration. So a level is given a variable, so start at level 0. And then it looks like there's some other stuff going on here, which I think I'll just wave my hands at and not be too concerned about. But I see, it looks like here broadcasting a score would signal to me that the level has been completed, and then once that has happened, go ahead and be switching that level if that is true, so level +1. So, okay, again, a little more complex, so I encourage you to, if you want to check out this project a little bit deeper, go ahead and check it out in the studio. So we'll go ahead and let's go back into this studio and also into the search here. So I'll go ahead and search. Let's search for a maze game, a maze. So like trying to traverse a maze and go to the next level of the maze and see if we can't find something that has a different level. Okay, so maybe I'll even search a maze level and see if that helps my search. Okay, so because I want one with more than one level. It looks like this is an asteroid maze alpha. It looks like it has more than one level, but who knows? This might not work. So press the space bar. Okay, so it looks like I've gone ahead and actually completed something. So maybe this wasn't the best example. Maybe this needs to work on some bugs here. But let's go try and find another one that has different levels. So maybe we search by most loved. So maybe this is a maze game that's more built out. Okay. So all I'm searching is most loved. Okay. Levels. Come on. There's got to be one with levels here. Tough maze. I feel like this probably has a level. No. Okay, well, maybe this is a signal for us to make a maze game that has different levels. I mean, I'm a little surprised I don't find more levels. So I'll search one more time with most loved on mazes. Come on. Random maze generator. Pretty cool. So let's do this. Let's try this. Let's go Control. I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to go Control F, Command F, and search levels and see. Okay, so here we go. Try and make it past all 15 levels. So what I did is I just searched levels in the descriptions on the whole page. So it looks like we have to make it past all 15 levels. So we have, obviously different levels here. We see this is a massive project. Look at all those bytes being loaded. So let's go ahead and just dive right into the project and see if we can't surmise what they're doing to switch the levels. So we'll let this load. Okay, great. Oh, this looks very straightforward. I like the way this looks. Okay, so again, we see different backdrops with different levels. Very beautifully done. Look at how nice this looks. Great. Okay, and then scripts, we'll see something in here. Okay, so it looks like when green flag is clicked, start the music. Okay, game over. If game over equals 1, next level equals 1, and win equals 1, then switch backdrop. Okay. Else. Okay, so this looks like this is something that has to do with the end of the game, and this looks like else be switching to the next level. Okay. So we can maybe jump in here, see. Let's go ahead and actually try this out. So we'll go ahead, level 1. Okay, I'll click it. I don't think it's working. Start level 1. Okay. Well, we see there's some bugs in these projects that we're looking at, so maybe we can go ahead and help some of these people with their bugs. But essentially, it looks like it's the same configuration as before with the different levels, and that is we have a variable here for level, okay, and that variable is being switched once we go ahead and complete that level. So whether that's touching a color, whether that's touching another sprite, but as this happens, we go ahead and switch that level. So I'll go ahead again and share this. I'll copy the URL into the studios and add the project. And I will let you guys check out that one in more detail. So those are the 3 projects that I've looked at that involve levels, and you can see that there's a commonality between all of them, and that is the different backdrops, and that is that they're using variables to dictate each level. And how we switch levels is, you can see in the last one was pretty simple, but the second one there was a little bit more complex. So definitely something to think about, and I look forward to seeing your input here in the Level Studio.